In Splatoon 3 there is a gear system that we all know where you equip gear to the characters and gives you various buffs and abilities in the game that can be leveled up to get new abilities and reset to give the opportunities to give new abilities or be swapped out. There are many different gear abilities and many different weapons, so this gives you the ability to play any weapon with different styles so that you will always be able to play the game how you want to, and if it's not working you can simply change out something and express yourself in whatever gear to your heart's content, making the game really your own. But does it really have freedom that it is expressed, or is this something that is just said to make the game sound more appealing? Well, from playing the game and trying to improve, I felt that the freedom is not as present as it is set out to be. First, I feel that there are certain weapons that are only good with certain gear abilities, and there are some gear abilities that are not good on certain weapons. I'm not talking about stuff that is just not needed on certain weapons, like the Junior does not need Ink Saver main. I'm talking about the fact that some weapons just won't work or don't need some gear abilities, not giving you as much freedom as set out. When I see people review competitive games, one of the main things they talk about for not experienced players is the fact their gear is not good or just flat out wrong, and they might have been trying to express themselves and explore the customization, but they can't. They just get told to use the pre-made set of someone else online, and they won't have the freedom to use what they want ever. I understand that some gear just works better on some weapons, and there can be multiple gear sets that will work for one weapon given a slightly different playstyle, and some of the sub slots are interchangeable, but there is still the fact that there might not be as much customization in these sets as they're originally expressed out to be to people in the game. Next is the fact that the gear grind is long. You have the idea of the set that you want to go for, but to be able to get that perfect set you need to grind up that gear, and I've heard from players who play the game a lot it can take up to a week to get one full gear set on one weapon. Well, for casual players that don't play the game as much and just want to enjoy it, this will take even longer. Also, there is no guarantee that they will even like the weapon with that gear that they set out to make. They may want to express themselves another way with another weapon, meaning another long gear grind. And there's also the fact that casual players probably do not want to just use one weapon, they probably want to use multiple weapons, so they need multiple gear sets. So that is just another load of long gear grinds to just get the most out of a weapon. I'm not saying having a grind or something to aim for in a game is a bad thing. I like some lengthy grinds, like I used the camo grind in Call of Duty, but the grind should just be something for the dedicated players to show off that they have, like nice badges to show off. It should not be something that is a basic requirement to play the game at maximum potential. On top of the gear grind, the one thing that can make it feel faster is Super Sneeze Styles. At the minute they are very limited to Splatfest and require you to play the game on one weekend every few months. For the casuals that might not be able to play the game as much on that weekend, meaning they're out of luck of getting them to make the gear grind easier. Like I was away for the recent Legend of Zelda Splatfest, and this whole section may just be me being salty about not being able to play that part, but I think my point still stands regardless. And there is also the fact that players who just play the game and don't look anything up, how will they know what gear abilities are better than others for a certain weapon without hours of trial and error? I know these players are not the ones that take it too seriously, so they don't need the best of the best gear, but they still should have a hint of direction of what gear they should be using. One solution I can think of is give the actual stats of the weapon. Like it can tell us the movement speed of a lightweight class compared to a heavy weapon, and do the same for spread range and give them how much percent each gear ability increases, like if it's swim speed up, like say swim speed up 20% or however much it is. I know the more a gear you equip it gives you diminishing returns, meaning that you have less output from multiple of the same gear ability, but tell us the returns of the gear set once it's equipped so they can make a better judgment. Now back to gear not being customizable, I still feel like if you want to be good with one weapon you have little options and it's more using a pre-made set. I understand that when a game has lots of customization that some things have to be better than others and some things only work with certain weapons. That's how a meta works, and also with many customization options people always find a way to min-max it to get the best out of it, but without good knowledge of the mechanics the casual player won't be able to figure out what is objectively best for a weapon. It will just be following what someone else has said. In conclusion, I still feel like there is no freedom. It's just trying to figure out what the best possible gear or looking up what the best possible gear is from a weapon. This may have sounded like a rant and I hate the gear system the way it is. I don't. I think it's fine the way it is. It's just it doesn't have as much freedom as we are initially told. So what do you think? Is the gear system in Splatoon limiting or open? Let me know in the comments section down below. Until next time, see ya.